So firstly, thank you so much for the honor, and indeed, it's a privilege to be part of this team of women who are getting rewarded, but also everybody who's been nominated. And I think that's how change really happens. So brilliant, and thank you once again. Specifically on how do we get more women to be allies, I think the most important thing on allyship is empathy. Yeah? They must understand what somebody else's emotions, what are their experiences like. And I would therefore call that out as the first change that everybody needs to make in order to be an ally. But not just a passive observer, not just clapping, from the like a bystander, but really a little bit more active role. And being a crusader of change is how I would call that empathy converted into action. The other thing I would say is also courage. Because there are many things that, barriers, biases, which lead to people not really fully embracing this change. And therefore the courage to stand up, call it out, put the elephant in the room, as they say, and therefore make the change really happen is what I would call. So empathy and courage would be how I would say create more allies amongst, people that exist around us. So I think the important thing is for corporations to continue their drive, to really be an equitable, inclusive, workplace for people to be there. And that is not just getting the diversity in terms of numbers. As they say, diversity is just getting at the seat at the table. Equity and inclusion is being allowed to speak. So there is just so much more that corporations need to do. And I believe that will then help trickle down across, like you were saying, the MSMEs and all of that, in order for India to really live up to its potential, which is huge. And I think there was, again, a very interesting tidbit today that women are apparently better at leadership than men. If not better, I would believe surely equal. And therefore, they must have an equal representation for us to really put our ace game on.